You were playing down to ban against T1. There was just no option. She had to ban Ashe every single time. As Tarzan and Owner are going to meet.
Walking in face to face. Sustained damage. Neither side has that much, but right now a lot of damage coming in for Tarzan. Owner now just going to zoom his way out to safety. That's the phase rush proccing. Buckler coming in. Both sides squaring up with the big old golem here. Flash in. Wall bang. First blood. Owner living up to his name.
Owner plays it out perfectly, gets the aggro back onto Tarzan.
Does he get the blue?
And he's gonna get the blue as well. As Tarzan retreats back, he gets too close to the wall. Owner sees the opportunity, and now he's gonna try to cut off Scout here potentially. Scout senses it and does walk the long way. But what a way to assert dominance in a match point game here. Tarzan having a rough series. Owner gets right in his face and leaves no question about who the better jungler is today.
And this is coming from the guy that was the big underperformer on this roster. Zeus
stepping in, lots of damage. They can now force a flash out to safety. Zeus holding on for now. Hex flash coming in, Poppy gonna try and save the day. Buckler goes in, a little bit of a slow going through. Zeus needs to be careful here, can't walk too far forward, but Owner just continuing to harass. The E flashed away from Owner everywhere he needs to be.
And now it's a disaster. The lane is I don't know if Zeus is going to get his back, but the lane is pushing.
That is going to be there with the ulti to be able to answer what Keria is going to do. And it's also allowed Gala to play Ghost when generally against Renata you always have to play
six.
Tarzan looking down here on the bottom side. Good initial damage. Nice pull back on the shockwave. Guma still standing for now. The bailout will buy enough time for them to get one kill back. Tarzan still standing, and that means Guma will fall. LNG find an angle on bottom side, but here comes the hostile takeover. Baker knocking two, but the tower, it does not fire back. Owner does not have the angle to fall upon the Gala. He will just barely be able to find a Gala now, trying to make it out to safety. T1 need to get a kill back and return. Gala goes up. Gala goes down, but for now he is still standing. Finding the dissonance. Finding the...
Well, as we might have another return play here from Tarzan.
Rinse and repeat, finding the lineup, finding the angle. Instant damage coming through for Felios. They can get the root as well if they can find the mark. But nice counter punch coming in from Guma, using the ult to stop the play in its tracks. Gala continuing to step up. Desperate to get a little bit more here, but has to be careful. The mark now coming through. Bar is good damage. Guma wants to finish it, and he gets it! Absolutely outplayed in the 1v1.
Sure, Tarzan gonna get away, but T1 will take the objective right off the back of it. Hogging Gala around, Tarzan is sniffing, but it's gonna be too little, it's gonna be too late, so it's about the fight if it's about anything.
On to Guma, follow-up is there. Owner not gonna connect, Zik on the backside. Hostile takeover is clean, and again, there's no cleanse available for Gala. It stops the play for now. Zika trying to find one. Owner surely should fall here. Still standing because of the bailout, but he will eventually die. LNG get the kill.
That is a big investment, though. Yes, they get the kill, but they lose the dragon, and Zeus is gonna have this freeway with the topside turret. T1 are still looking for a player. I don't know about that.
Have to be careful. Keria and Guma continuing to back up. 3 seconds left on Guma Yushi's ultimate.
There's no TPs.
Not without Ibarus, cannot one-shot the wave.
Look at the Hex Gate. Faker's on his way.
Ulti available for Tarzan in just a couple of seconds here. Counting down, ticking away.
Yeah, they can't do it.
Faker gonna try to cover early ult to try to make it out safety. T1 backing off, are they gonna kill? LNG linger for a bit too long, not respecting the burst, and here comes Faker. Tarzan getting shredded by the soldier. One more is going to do it, the Emperor of Shurima.
Early on, because I think the strongest part in the early to mid game for LNG is specifically that Renekton and Sejuani combo. They literally didn't get to use it at any point because Tarzan has been on the back foot right from the get-go, allowing Zeus to play basically an isolated 1v1, which with the Jace,
Baker
he's always going to win.
In the darkness, coming through, the pushback onto Zeus to the skies, dumped down, and T1 just running the rift.
It's dominance from T1. This one quickly getting out of hand as Owner going to be chasing down Tarzan. He's got to run. Scout pushing out that tier 1 bot, but...
Zooming in. Ulti goes a little bit wide, but the second half of the root on the Chain of Corruption will catch. Owner wants to keep this 1v1 going. Scout now retreating. Scout now coming in. Stun goes in. The pullback nice from Scout, buying a bit more time. But now again, the follow-up. The steadfast presence. And who is...
Has this happened every single game? Like free Drakes? This early on is Tarzan.
Tarzan! That's your side of the rift, Zeus. Backing away, Gala off to the side. He can root up 2. Follow-up autos there. Roots. No, this buying a bit more time with the hostile takeover. Now they're autoing each other. They're just killing each other. LNG, the fight instantly turned to beautiful from Keria, but Scout can't get the damage. It is not enough.
T1 are going to keep the chase going. Faker's going to take the Hex
There's
gate.
no
He wants to wrap
turrets.
behind them. Look at mid. Mid, they're going to try to get both towers. They'll prevent the charge on the tier 1 by killing it off. So they're going to push in that Herald and go for 2 towers off of the play. And off of the delay there from T1, they get a kill. They take 2 towers. They're going to get a 3rd charge mid as well.
And they got the Hex Tech Drake with all that going on as well.
Faker breaking in the mid lane. Again, Tarzan can fish for the pick. They might be able to find it here. Can they get Faker down? The pushback's still there. Faker trying to slide, trying to glide out to safety. The root is there. The damage follow-up is not, however. Carrier, the flash in, the handshake onto Scout. You will not take his mid laner.
Isaiah's pushing down the bottom side. They can retreat back to a Hextech Soul. No answers remaining for LNG. This feels like checkmate from T1. An incredible series that they have played. LNG have looked helpless to answer any of the plays from T1.
And it's Hextech Soul with a on-hit Varus, Azir with Nashers, and a monster fat Jace.
And Zeus, full confidence play. There's no reason he needs to do that, but he does it anyway.
Zeus
It's been the first time ever, right, that we have 4 representatives from the same region. But T1, it doesn't look like the pressure's getting them whatsoever.
Feels like a victory march down the mid lane. Inhibitor knocked down. Again, T1 taking their time, don't need to overcommit. They have the waves on their side, they have the soul on their side, the gold lead, every advantage they could want. No reason to risk anything. It is slow, it is steady, it's controlled, it is massive damage. Gala firing back with the Inferno multi just to generate a little bit of space, but Scout getting chunks down. Don't even need a wave, just tearing through the tower as life bars shrink on the side of JDG, or LNG, excuse me. Hope dwindling. JDG on the minds of T1 looking ahead to the semifinals.
Zeus just isn't missing. It's ridiculous. It's like 20 shock blasts in a row that this guy has hit. He's monster fed. And he is just having them
Handshake back,
downloaded.
connected down to the wall. Zeus firing up with so much damage down. Go Zika. The pushback is massive. Gala knocked out, and T1 eyes on the prize.
And it's the God of Thunder. He loves his lightning champions, and Jace was always his most iconic. And in this final game, Zeus shows why he still pulls it out.
Final push now, LNG, one last desperate hold, but they've got nothing left. And even as every other LCK team falls away, Faker stays standing. T1 stays standing. The last light of the LCK burns bright, and Busan is ahead to the semifinals.
And what